Good morning, yay, it worked. This must be the first Maths Live on a Monday for a long time. So we're going to start in a minute. Make sure you've got some paper because we're going to do some calculating. So, you're not allowed to do any written calculation, but you'll see in the first few you might just need to make some notes because it is mental, but you'll see why it will develop into it. So by the end, hopefully, it's all mental math. But at the beginning, you might need to make a few little notes, just a little piece of paper, and we'll get started. So, here we go. So we've got Noah, hello, we've got Bella, hi. Hello. We've got Uma, hi. Brilliant. Thank you all for remembering. Again, I thankfully it wasn't me that just had the Math Live problem. Not Math Live, Facebook Live problem last week. Sometimes it just works, sometimes it doesn't. Strange, right? Mental math skills. So we're gonna hopefully I don't cough as much as last week as well. We're gonna start with number one. So again, we'll go to 100. We'll start off with units of 10. But then we might go up into just one unit, so you've got to add them along. So for example, we're going to 100. So if I say 30, you would say 70, because 30 and 70 make 100. So 50. Okay, so you should have said 50 back to me, because 50 and 50 make 100. 20. So you should have said 80 back to me, because 20 and 80 make 100. I'm going fast on purpose. Number bonds are something that should click one to the other. They join on. So if you're a bit like, why is she going so fast? You've got to really practice your number bonds. Let's see, 90. You should have said 10 back to me, because 90 and 10 make 100. And let's see, 40. She should have said 60 back to me, because 60 and 40 make 100. Let's try a slightly trickier one now. Let's say 75. 75. So you should have said 25 back to me, because one thing to do with this. So for example, 75, you think you're getting to 100. Focus on the 5 and 75 first and think, right, what do I do to 5 to make it to the next multiple of 10? Now from 75, if you add 5, that makes 80. And then you know to get from 80 to 100, you need 20. So 25, that's a good way to do it. Another example, 37. So with 37, to get to the next unit of 10, you need to add 3. So that will take you to 40. And then you know you need to add to 60 to get to 100, so it'd be 63. So always think of the unit first. What can you do to get to your next multiple of 10? And then carry on from there. Let's say 24. Okay. So from 24, you know you need to add 6. So 4 plus 6 is 10. So if you add 6 to 24, that will get you to 30. And then you need to add 70 to 30 to get to 100. So it would be 76. I always like to do that. I'd like to keep on my fingers the number you need to get to the multiple of 10, and then mentally do the 10s up to 100. So for example, I'm trying to think of a different one now. 82. Okay, so I'm 82. I need to get from 2 to the next unit of 10 is 8. Now 82, if I add 8, that gets me to 90, and I only need to add 10 to get to 100. So 10 and 8 is 18. So 82 and 18 make 100. Practice it if you don't already know it. Right, and then again, remember, this is usually the Friday lesson. We're going to do some quick skills just to keep up our mathematic ability, our mathematic skills. This is something that's come up a lot in my tuition with children in year 4, year 5, year 6, okay? Mainly in year 5. Because you'll get a problem like this. And remember, this is mental skills, but as I said at the beginning, if you do want to make a few notes to help you access the skill, that's okay. And hopefully by the end of the lesson, you'll be able to do it a bit more yourself. So if we have a question like 1527 take away 300. Okay. So we're not doing column subtraction, we're doing this in our head. So we're taking away 300. So in our number we're starting with, we need to find the hundreds column. So we've got thousands, hundreds, tens and units. Here is our hundreds. We have 500. Okay, there's 500 in there. So if you take away 300, 500 take away 300 is 200. Okay, so you've actually only changed the hundreds in that, and the rest of the number can then stay the same. So what you've done from there is take away 3. Now 5 take away 3 is 2, but you've actually done 500 take away 300. So that is a mental skill when adding and subtracting from different amounts. Another example, okay, you might have 3,428 and you need to add 70. Okay, you need to add 70. So you've got thousands, hundreds, tens, units. We're adding 70, which is 7 tenths, so we'll find the tens. Okay, so what you're doing really is 20 plus 70. So 70, 80, 90. So this will become 9 tens, 90, and the rest of it will stay the same. You have a go. You have a go. Okay, so I'm going to do 12,376 add 400 and 8,000, let's have a look, now 89,268 take away 5,000. Have a go at those two, have a go. Hi Torin, hi Mia and Noah, hello. Oh, got some answers? So for the first one, we're adding to the hundreds column. So we're adding 400. So we've got 10,000s, thousands, hundreds, tens. It doesn't matter how big the number is because we're only really at the moment, we'll come back to that, at the moment only looking at one place value. So we've got 400 and we're adding, so we need to find the hundreds column, which is here. We've got 300 and we're adding 400. So 300, 400, 500, 600, 700. So this is going to become 7. Okay? And then the rest of it, you just keep the same. Okay? Because nothing else, no exchanging, no carrying on. It's just stayed the same. So that's our answer. Again, look, we're doing it in our heads. This time we're taking away 5,000. So we need to find the thousands column here, which is the 9. Units, tens, hundreds, thousands. We've got 9,000 and we need to take away 5,000. We can do that because 9 take away 5 is 4 and then we keep the rest the same. Okay. So it's okay when it's like that, when we're taking away, okay, powers of 10, whether it's 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, and we don't need to do any exchanging. But sometimes it's not as easy as that. Okay. Because we might get a question like this. 8,276 take away 500. Okay, so we might get a question like this. I'm actually just going to take that out for a second. Okay. as you can see, we're taking away 500. So when we find so we've got thousands, hundreds, tens, units. Now when we find the hundreds in the answer that we're subtracting from, we've only got 2. Okay. Now there are different methods of doing this. I've seen that people can do it on number lines. They can, because you're subtracting, you would jump back in hundreds. But I want to show you a trick, okay, because this is mental skills. Okay. We haven't got enough hundreds to subtract from. Now, if you were doing this in column method, think what you would do. If you haven't got enough of something in a column, what do? You go to the number next door and steal one, don't you? So you do exchanging. And this is actually what we're going to do here. We're going to do some mental exchanging because the 2 isn't enough. So what we're going to do is get the thousands to help us out. And we're actually now going to do 82 take away 500. So 82 take away 5. Remember, we haven't got enough hundreds to take away from. So rather than just focusing on the 2, we're going to make it 82. Okay, we're taking away 500, so you're taking away 5. So 82, 81, 80, 79, 78, 77. So that would be our new answer. So if I demonstrate this in column method, 8, 2, 7, 6, take away 500. So 6 take away 0 is 6, 7 take away 0 is 7. Now we can't do this, we know. So cross it out, make it 7, make that 12, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. We've got 7 left. So can you see, we've got the same answer. Okay, we've got the same answer. But you don't need to do all this writing and all this drawing if you're just taking away a power of a 10, like with 10, 100,000. You can use the column next to you to help. Okay, I'll show you another example. Okay, so you might have, especially when it's bigger numbers, you could have 12,746 add 9,000. Now, if we find the thousands column, it's this number, it's here. Okay. Now, if you add 9 to 2, you can't fit it in. You've got too many. Okay. So what we'll do, rather than just focusing on the thousands, we'll get the 10,000s involved as well. We'll get the digit to the left to help us. Okay. So now we do not 9 added just to the thousands column. We're going to join it into the 10,000s as well. So 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So 21, 7, 4, 6. So you just get the column digit to the left to join in, just like we do with column addition, column subtraction. I'll show you one more with the subtraction because I think that's the hardest one to get your head around. Let's say we did 82,714, okay, and we are subtracting 90. No, I'm going to make it 80 actually, because I know there's a trick when you subtract 90. Okay. So if we look at the tens now, because 8 tens, 80, if we look at the tens in our number, there isn't enough to subtract from. Okay. So rather than writing out the whole column method, what you can do is make this not just 10, make it 71. Get the digit column to the left to help us out, just like you do with mental addition, with column addition and subtraction. So now we do 71, take away 8 lots of 10, so 71, 70, 69, 68, 67, 66, 65, 64, 63. So this becomes 63, and then the rest of the number stays the same, 82,600, sorry, 82,634. Why don't you give it a go? You give it a go. And what's nice about this is something you can just go away and practice. You can just put a number, put a subtraction or addition that you know is not going to fit in, and then get the digit to the left to help you. So here are your two questions. I'm going to do 31,278, take away 3,000, and 48,572, add 50. Have a go at those two. Have a go. Okay, got quite a few answers. So I'll come back. So remember, this is what we're doing. We're subtracting one lot of place value. There's no units, tens or hundreds. We're just focusing on the thousands. And we need to take away. So if we look in our number and we find the thousands, there's only 1,000 there. We need to take away 3,000. Oh, so we've got to write out column method. No, we don't. Okay, there isn't enough there for the 1 to help us, so we come across and get the 3 to join in now. So we're going to take away 3 lots of 1,000. We haven't got enough in the column, so now we'll do 31, take away 3. So 31, 30, 29, 28. So our answer becomes 28,278. The rest of it stays the same. Okay. And with the last one, we need to add 50. So if we look at the tens column, there's 7 there. That's going to take me over into the tens. I'm not just going to have to stick into tens. I've got something left over. I've got more than a unit of tens left. I know I'm going to have to go into the hundreds. So let's get the hundreds involved there. If we know we're going to have to go to the hundreds, let's get it involved. So 57, and let's add our 5 tens. So 57. 58, 59, 60, 61, 62. So this becomes 62, and the rest stays the same. There you go. So again, that skill you can just go away and practice on your own. Just put a question, you know it's not going to work, and get it to help you. And you can check with a calculator, you can check with column method. Right, we're going to be back tomorrow. We're going to be doing time this week. We're going to be doing adding and subtracting different units of time tomorrow. I was thinking of just doing counting on, counting forth with time problems, but I found a really interesting resource. If you're a patron, it's on the patrons page now. And then on Wednesday we're going to be doing some timetables. So for example, a train timetable or bus timetable, not multiplying timetable and getting on knowledge of time to practice that. And then fingers crossed, I'll be back on Friday, if Friday is not jinxed again, for our last maths live lesson of the summer. There is a post on my page about that if you want to read on it. Thank you for all your messages, loads of inboxes curious about the group courses and individual courses, individual tuition. I will put more information up when I can. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.